Today is about pulling up our inner strength. Sometimes there's a need, and we are going into a very charged period astrologically with this October and November that we're going into, whether that might be fall for you or spring. Regardless of the season, it's going to be a charged time. And there's a need for us to really be able to dip into our inner strength. We're also going to see probably some big events, some things happening. We've got eclipses coming, so maybe some shifting of the ground underneath us. So we've already seen one massive hurricane that hit Florida recently. So there's a lot to just being able to really establish that connection to our inner strength. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be working with the third chakra quite a bit, but also dipping into a lot of other systems and other chakras. So I'm going to talk to you about those as we go. That will follow the daily energy routine. Welcome if you're new here. I'm Paige Apgar, energy medicine practitioner and channel. You can find out more about me at soulslightenergyhealing.com. That link is in the description below. There's also a link to join my email list. You'll receive weekly information on energy, tips, information on self-testing, and other things, channeling if that's something you're interested in. So if you do sign up with that link, you'll receive a free self-testing video tutorial as well, so you can get started learning how to test your own energy system, using that for your own health. Okay, I don't have any special announcements today. Please do post your comments and questions. If you watch this after the fact, I will get back to you. And hello to everybody who's here. Good to see you all. Rhonda and Clelia, nice to see you. So do say hello if you're here live with me. And we will go ahead and get started. And please do like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hi, Nancy. So let's go ahead and start on the cheekbone. And we are tapping here, taking nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And hello to you, Celino. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves into our grounding mode. So feeling your feet connected to the floor. And we're tapping on the stomach meridian point directly under the eyes. That helps us to ground. That helps settle worry. And just on a side note, there is a flu that's going around right now that seems to be directly affecting the sinuses. So if you get that, you might want to work with your stomach meridian. Tapping these points is a good thing. And also you could trace the stomach meridian backward just so that it's not holding too much. Stomach is associated with the sinuses. So let's begin sending the energy down through the bottoms of the feet. I'm going to come down to the K27. This is just under the inner edge of the collarbone, tapping here. So you're sending the energy down about 15 feet into the earth on the exhale, bringing it back up through the bottoms of the feet on the inhale. And giving ourselves time to settle in, create space for our practice. Take a break from the busyness. And now down to the center of the sternum for the thymus gland. It's a good solid tap here. You can turn your attention now to the little toe. Send your energy out the little toe, down into the earth, grounding the bladder line. And now come to under the breasts for the spleen neurolymphatic point. This is directly under the breasts. And let's turn the attention now to the tailbone. So sending the energy straight down from the tip of the tailbone down into the earth. See what you notice as you do this. You might feel a difference in one of these over the others. And just notice how it affects your system to become more grounded, what that settling feels like for you. And now let's come to the side of the body. This is directly under the armpit, about one hand width under the armpit for spleen 21, the end of the spleen line. Bringing up the energy of spleen here. And you can just take a minute to feel that totality of your grounding. Breathing and observing. Our spleen meridian is such a strong resource when we need inner strength, because spleen allows us to feel safe. It's a foundational piece, actually, for feeling safe in the world, safe in life. That sort of deep knowing that you're safe, that's in your spleen line. And it's a good counterbalance to the stress response. It's what keeps our stress response in check, the triple warmer response. Okay, so we'll stop our tapping. Now we're going to flush spleen. So you're going to inhale up and exhale down the sides of the breasts and inside the hips, inside the knees, in front of the ankle and off the big toe. And I think you can't see my feet, but you've probably done this quite a few times. Now we're coming right back up that line, inhaling all the way up and exhaling off spleen 21. And we'll come back up 2 more times. I apologize that you can't see my feet today. So we always go backward 1 time and forward 3 times when we're flushing a meridian. All right, let's go ahead and do the full homolateral crossover today. This is the one that I find has the most effect as far as cross patterning. So, when we go through moments of stress and instability, that can really throw our cross patterning. The cross pattern in your field is another layer of stability for your system. So really important to remember that. Hey, Kirsty. So let's go ahead and start our homolateral crossover. We're going to bring the hand to the knee, same side of the body first for a count of 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now you hold your palms to the sides, parallel to the floor. Take 2 deep breaths. Okay, now let's cross by pulling the hand to the opposite knee. Count of 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And palms towards the floor. Just 1 breath. Feeling that grounding. Back to straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe. Cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And breathe. And note that I am twisting at the waist when I'm doing the crossover, the cross to the opposite knee. That'll give it a little bit more of a boost. Back to straight. Last time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And breathe. And now let's finish with a double set of crossing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. And palms to the ground. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Let the energy settle, let it ground. In fact, you can take a minute to just imagine that your field is grounding. So your whole aura around you, just feel that energy going down into the ground. You know, we have to create stability in the whole system in order to be able to pull up that inner resiliency and inner strength. So just imagine if you had chaos in your system or just lots of wonky things going on, something that's out of proportion here, blocked over there, or tension and confusion, contrast. That makes it difficult to access the inner strength. That's one of the things that's so important about doing the daily routine is it gives you a nice, stable container to work within. All right, so now we're going to do our wing cook exercise. You'll want to grab a seat. Got my windows open today. Hear a little bit more of the external noise. Let that pass. Okay, now I've got my left foot up on my right knee. My right hand is going on to the ankle. My left foot is grabbing left hand is grabbing the bottom of the foot. And you're going to hold here. And if that doesn't work for you, you can do this modification. Now this is only if that doesn't work for you. So the left foot would go over the right, feet are crossed at the ankles like that. Hands are in front of you back to back. Left hand goes up, palms together, fingers interlace, and turn it in. Then when we switch sides, you'll switch, right foot on top, right hand on top, and turn it in. Okay. So get a nice stretch in here. And let's settle in. It looks like, oh, hey, Peggy, and it looks like Lydia. Hard for me to see from here. Good to have you all. So let's make this mindful. Tune into your breath. Follow the breath. Feel your foot on the floor, your hands, one connected to the foot, the other on the ankle. Just feel that connection. And bring ourselves present by staying with the breath, coming fully into this moment. And just allowing yourself to rest here. Sometimes we just need a little downtime. We just need some rest. And the energy right now is kind of pulling us that way. It's It's not an energy of moving forward right now. So this is, again, we've got all this retrograde energy. It wants us to rest a bit. It wants us to step back. So you may be feeling that. Then let's switch sides. So the right foot is up on the left knee now. Left hand is on the ankle. Right hand grabs the bottom of the foot and hold. Again, following your breath, staying with it, and notice where it takes you. Bringing yourself back if you get pulled into thoughts, worries. And just notice what's coming up in your body. Or what emotions might be coming up. Okay, we're going to put that foot down and bring all of the fingertips together, just like this. And then you're going to bring those to your brow. So the thumbs are connected to the brow. Take 2 deep breaths in. And the fingers come to the center of the forehead, push in, pull apart, and down the sides of the face. And let's come back up to the hairline for the crown pull. Push in on the inhale. Pull an inch to either side on the exhale. Move across the top of the head and down the back of the head. And down the neck without putting pressure on the spine. Coming all the way down to your shoulders. When you get down to the shoulders, squeeze and take a deep breath in. And exhale and drag to the front with some pressure. And let's go ahead and start our neurolymphatics while we're seated. Let's do the outside of the leg here for large intestine. So I'm just going to placing my hands on my thighs, and I'm going to use my fingertips to dig in. This is just a line here on the outside of the thigh. Both sides at the same time. This one's an easy one. We are in metal element season, and large intestine is part of metal element, and large intestine helps us to let go. We've been talking about moving forward, creating new scripts, right? Understanding sort of the old roles, patterns that we keep playing out. So large intestine helps us release those. It really gives that process a boost. And of course, these are neurolymphatic points. These are going to engage the meridian. They're going to get the energy moving through the meridian and clear toxins. A lot of times toxins are where we're holding on to something when we're talking about large intestine. Okay, now let's go to the inside of the leg for small intestine. This is a line on the inside of the thigh, and I'm just going to dig my thumbs in there. And we'll do both at the same time. Now, if you have arthritis in your hands and this does not work for you, you can always do these in the field. You'll just be using your intention to send that that movement into the area, right? You're directing it into the area. Now, why don't we just stay here for the rest of them? Let's go ahead and come to the line for central meridian, which is right here where your arm meets your torso. It's kind of hard to see with this shirt. But you're digging in as if you were a rag doll, this is where you would be sewn together. So you're digging in right there. And now let's move to the other side. Same thing, central meridian line. And now let's come to directly above the breasts, sort of between the collarbone and the breast for the heart point. And usually we do about 30 seconds on any one of these neurolymphatics. 30 seconds to a minute is good. You can just choose some to do every day. You don't need to do all of them every day. So if you know that you have a particular area of need, one meridian that usually needs a boost, that would be a great one for you to work on every day. And you can rub it, off and on throughout the day. You don't have to do it as part of your routine. You can do it whenever. Now let's come to the sternum for lung. So I'm starting at the base of the sternum. I'm just going to work my way up. And you know what? Let's do one more just because there is that flu going around. Oops. And it is affecting the stomach line. So let's go ahead and do the stomach point. This is going to be at about the center of your collarbone. So under the collarbone, right around the center of the bone. And same thing on the other side. Okay, that feels good. I'm going to stand up now. And we'll go ahead and move to the Mingmen point. So you're going to find your navel, travel around to the back, just opposite your navel, and rub on either side of the spine there. Give that a good rub. Stretch it and pull it a bit. Okay, now we're going to grab that energy and pull it around the waist, all the way to the opposite hip, and then pull all the way down and off of that foot. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. This is the belt flow. This is one of your radiant circuits. All right, now let's do our zip up and hook up. So we're going to start at the pubic bone and pull straight up the center of the body on the inhale. All the way up overhead and exhale down to the sides. We'll do that 2 more times. And now take your 2 middle fingers. One goes in the navel and the other one comes up to the brow. Push in and pull up with both and hold. And take a moment to see what you notice. Bring in some good body awareness. Feel your feet connected to the floor. Okay, great. So let's move into our additional sequence, pulling up inner strength. We're going to begin with the 7th and 3rd chakras in the etheric field. So you're going to put the one hand on each. Doesn't matter which hand goes where. I think I'll do my right hand at my 3rd. I'm a little bit off the body. The 3rd chakra is just a couple inches, 2 or 3 inches above your navel. And you're going to be 2 or 3 inches off your body. The other one is going right here at the 7th chakra, same thing. Okay, so we're holding these together. 7th and 3rd chakras have a relationship. They have a complementary color relationship. The 3rd chakra is yellow and the 7th is violet. The 3rd chakra, is where it's where we express our our power, our personal power, and that can be equated to strength. That would be more where it's coming out, where it's being expressed outwardly. And connecting to the seventh chakra just helps us maintain a higher perspective so that we aren't um, acting out of just sort of primal urges in that expression of personal power, right? The third chakra, when it's out of balance and it's not connected to something higher, it can become about, control over others. It's a big one. Uh, Wanting to dominate, those kinds of things. So we're setting up a nice connection between these so that there's good flow, good communication. And the third chakra is also a center of action. It's a life force center. And it's a center of, it's where we act from a lot of times. Again, bringing in the seventh chakra awareness elevates those actions, brings a higher dimension to our actions. So it's very important as we're moving towards higher states, right? And expressing from higher states, maintaining higher states, living from higher states. Okay, we're going to release that. And now you're going to bring your two middle fingers just behind the earlobe. Um, you're, you're on a triple warmer point, just behind the earlobe. There's a little notch there. It's going behind the jaw, under or behind the earlobe, under the mastoid. You're not on the mastoid. So you're just holding there. Now we're holding with the middle finger. The middle finger is the circumflex or pericardium finger. And there's some significance to that because triple warmer and circumflex have a relationship in that they're both protecting us. Triple warmer protects us from external threats. It's that primary stress response. But the circumflex meridian protects our heart. So it protects us on an emotional level. And these two are paired in the fire element. So we're kind of, as we make these connections, we're also bringing harmony to those two. When Kirsty's asking, did I mean that when the third chakra is out of balance, we want more control? That can be. There are a lot of different ways that a third chakra out of balance could manifest. So excess energy is generally going to be more controlling. OCD is a third chakra issue. Control, that obviously that's an extreme example, but that's the way to think of it. It also is, let's say it's not flowing well, it's locked up, it's holding and in strong holding patterns, then you can get more and more of control. And actually you can have a tremendous effect on OCD patterns, it's obsessive compulsive patterns, by working on your third chakra. So that's absolutely something to try if you feel like you lean that direction or you have that issue. You can clear the third chakra. I have a video on chakra clearing here on my YouTube channel. That's the kind of thing that you would need to do consistently for a while and maybe do some deep balancing of the third chakra, but that should help tremendously. I have seen that have a big, big effect. So just a few more breaths here. And just allowing, set the intention to allow. If you notice any strong movement, anything coming up for you, just allow. You can even say to yourself, tell your body, I allow this energy to move. I release what's holding. I allow the energy to move. That actually has a huge effect. A lot of our blocks and patterns have to do with not allowing. Okay, now we're going to release that, and we're going to hold the throat just like this. One hand will go, and it doesn't matter which one you start with. You put one hand at your throat like that, and then the other hand is going to stack on top. This is activating the penetrating flow. We're going to hold here. So the penetrating flow is that really deep flow in your system that carries your essence. And penetrates deeply into every level of the self, every physical system. So you want to be in a nice relaxed stance. My feet are about hip width apart, balanced. I can really feel the connection of my feet to the floor, so well grounded. And Lydia is yawning. Yeah, that's a good release of energy, the yawning. And so just settle in, relax into it, and allow. Okay, now we're going to leave the right hand at the throat and bring the left hand down between the first and second chakras. So the first chakra is right at your pubic bone. The second chakra is a few inches below your navel, a couple inches below the navel. So we're just going to hold there. And of course, we're getting a couple of things with the hand at the throat. We have the triple warmer point, and we also have the fifth chakra. Both hands are on the central meridian line as well. So this is a good time to think about opening up to your inner strength, your deeper reserves of resiliency. So think about times in your life that really stand out that you gained some resiliency from, or that you felt that resiliency come up and really stand out. Difficult times definitely make us stronger. And align with that knowing. Knowing of your own inner strength, the connection to your inner strength. We are much more resilient than we give ourselves credit for. Okay, now we're going to move the right palm down to the third chakra. So again, that's just a couple of inches, 2 or 3 inches above your navel. And stay here. The root chakra gives us our solid foundation, right? It's one level of grounding. It's where we connect to the strength of the energy of the earth. And it creates the solid foundation for the rest of the chakra system. And that area of root to second is really the foundation. So root chakra is about survival issues, primal instincts. So it's a foundation that's set in survival, but the second chakra is our emotional foundation. We need a good solid root chakra where we feel safe, we feel strong, we feel connected, in order to create a nice, strong emotional foundation in the second chakra. But between those two, we really have a lot of the foundation for the rest of the system. So bringing that up here and bringing it into the third chakra. Again, tap into that strength. Feel your feet really nicely connected to the floor. Give yourself a stance that feels powerful to you. Standing in your power. What does that look like and feel like to you? Go ahead and take that stance. Okay, now we're going to bring the left hand in a 3-finger notch. So that is thumb, index, and middle finger. And that's going to come to the CV3 point, central meridian 3, which is about 2 inches above your pubic bone. So you're just going to hold there. And the other hand is just resting. Tapping into the central meridian here. Central co-governs the nervous system. And now we're going to bring that same hand, same 3-finger notch up to the top of the head and hold. This is our final hold. So take a minute to breathe. We'll be here for a couple minutes. Use this time to breathe and take in everything that you've done. Observe. And set that inner strength alignment nice and strong. Okay, now you can release that, and that is it for today. Thank you all for joining me. Again, please post your comments and questions. If you have them, I will get back to you. And like and subscribe if you enjoy the content.